What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, it's some topics that I haven't gotten to yet because I don't know, like about a week ago, I meant to make this topic. I meant to make this video, but for whatever reason, I had a lot going on and I never got around to doing it. But nonetheless, here we go. So about like almost 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, his father, Soul Man Rocky Johnson, passed away, right? And so, it was a tragic event. Me being a huge fan of wrestling, I of course, wasn't born during the time that Soul Man Rocky Johnson was flourishing in the WWF. But me having a history of wrestling, like having good knowledge of wrestling, I knew who he was. I knew what he represented. I knew that he was one half of the first black tag team champions in the WWF. And I knew he was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's father. Right? So, sad day for the wrestling community. Everybody was just, remembering him and they were mourning his loss, as well as The Rock and his other family and other children as well. So, in the midst of that, I'm going on YouTube and I'm watching videos of Rocky Johnson and I'm seeing individuals. It's like a weird thing that I saw. A lot of people they were trying to disassociate Rocky Johnson from being a black man. Whenever I saw that, people were bringing up that he was one half of, he was like the first black tag team champion. Him and Tony Atlas were the first black tag team champions in WWF history. People was trying to say stuff like, well, he's not really all the way black. He's Canadian too. I'm like, fam, that's nationality, not ethnicity. Rocky Johnson was a black Canadian man, like a black Canadian man. I saw people saying stuff like, well, he had some Irish in him, so he wasn't all the way black. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, stop it. That's a black man. Y'all gotta relax with that. He had some Irish ancestry, but he was like 80%, 85% black. You can look at that man and tell, especially during his wrestling days. I mean, a man with a fro and a dark skin he had, and the skin tone he had, he was direct descendants of African people. And I believe his people they were immigrants from the United States and went to Nova Scotia. And that's where he was born and raised in Amherst. Is it Amherst, Nova Scotia, I believe, in Canada. But I see people trying to disassociate him from being black as best as possible. He's has some Canadian in him. I'm not Canadian. He's Canadian, yeah. So he's not all the way black. I even saw somebody say something ridiculous like, well, Soul Man was half Samoan and half black. And I said, I know you don't know what you're talking about. There was no Samoan in Soul Man Rocky Johnson at all. He married a Samoan woman by the name of Ata Maivia, who happened to be High Chief Peter Maivia's daughter, but he is not Samoan at all. And so the guy gonna try to come around and flip it like, well, we say that Soul Man is half Samoan because he married a Samoan woman, so that make him half Samoan. No, it does not, brother. That's not how genetics work. No disrespect to the Samoan people. I got a deep, profound respect for their culture and their history and their people, but it is what it is. Soul Man Rocky Johnson is a black man, hence the name Soul Man. He's a black man for sure, without question. But people trying to disassociate him from being black, and I know what it is. They trying to do their best efforts to try to disassociate The Rock from being black as best as possible, right? Because that's been something that I've seen for a while now. People trying to tell The Rock, trying to disassociate The Rock from being black as best as possible. No, he's not black. No, he's not. Even though his father. Well, this is what I want to say. Me as a grown man, I know that The Rock. I know how genetics work. I know he's a half black, half Samoan man. His mother is a full Samoan. His father's a black man. So of course he's going to be half and half. But I don't like when people try to basically water down his black ancestry. I don't vibe with that at all. Like, people try to act like it doesn't exist. They try to, and they try to act like it doesn't exist by trying to make Soul Man Rocky Johnson be something else other than a black man. And I noticed this pattern. I'm like, it is weird. Stop doing that. we know he comes from deep, rich. What is it? A Noah family. Is it a Noah or a Noah family? They considered Peter Maivia a blood brother. Alpha and Sika did, and so The Rock became an extension of their family by way of that. And so people like they always were like, man, he's a Samoan. He's a Samoan. Yeah, he's half Samoan. He's half black too. And people try to act like that's not the case. And it's crazy because people be like, I never looked at The Rock other than anything but Samoan. And it's crazy for me because me being a black man from Chicago, Illinois, when I used to see The Rock on TV and his skin was black like mine, like for real, I got the light on right now. His skin black like mine. I don't know if he was tanning or not because today he looks a lot more lighter than he did when he was wrestling. He might have been tanning or something because The Rock, look, his skin was dark when he was wrestling. Skin was dark, like without question, when I was watching in 1998, 99, 2000, 2001. Skin was dark. So it's like, brown. So, and I know the Samoans are brown people as well. Of course, you see it with Rikishi and everything. But I thought The Rock was just a black man that had, what you call it, a curly set of hair on his head. That's what I thought. But people try to act as if, and this is the thing too. I can acknowledge and I see that The Rock seemed to gravitate more towards his Samoan culture, his Samoan ancestry. And it may be due to the fact that he didn't grow up around Rocky Johnson's family, or he didn't grow up around them that much. He grew up around his mom's family. So naturally, he just became submerged in just the Hawaiian culture, right? And that's cool. You grow up, you identify with what you're around the most, and I guess what you experienced the most. And I believe he experienced more of the Samoan, the Polynesian culture all through and through, but I'm not going to lie. The Rock give people a way out to say he's not a black man, but he allows people to distance him from being black with the fact that he never really spoke about being black that much at all, right? And you don't have to speak about it, but it's just an observation. He never spoke about being black at all. He never talked about black issues affecting the black community or anything like that. So, and it just never was something that you would see him even rap like that. He even didn't even want to be a part of the Nation of Domination originally. He didn't, even though he started off in a black militant stable, the Nation of Domination, with Farouk, Mark Henry, D'Lo Brown, Kamal Mustafa, who later became the Godfather, Ahmed Johnson, and those individuals. So, yeah, he came from that all-black militant stable, but he was hesitant to even do it at first. And he wanted to stay away from racial topics as best as possible from what I heard. He didn't really like that angle. And even when I heard about, what's the man name? His name is it Vince Russo or something like that? What's the guy name? And he was talking about how they wanted to make, they wanted to put The Rock in a certain stable where he could get over to the public, because that gimmick as Rocky Maivia was not selling. So they're like, okay, we got to put him in the Nation of Domination, this all black tag team stable. And they were like, well, he's not black. And he was like, hold on, wait a second. His father is a black man. His mother is Samoan, but his father's a black man. So yes, he's a half black man for sure, without question. But people always try to act like he's not, and try their best to just, he's not that, he's not that. And I'd be like, I wonder if The Rock was walking around here acting a fool, acting ignorant, would people so proudly try to say he's anything else but black? Would they try to put him, they'd be trying to put him with the black side so bad, they get him over there. He with y'all. He ain't with us now. He black over there with y'all. They'd be trying to push him to us if he was walking around being, an ignorant person, I feel like. But it's like when people really, really gravitate, when the world universally loves an individual or a whole lot, and he has mixed ancestry, a lot of times they try to disassociate that person from the black side as best as possible, if they can, especially if the person doesn't talk about being black or nothing like that. They try to push them away from being, black as best as possible. Like, no, he's not black. He's not, he's this, he's not that. No, don't put him over there. And they try to do it like, even, using Soul Man Rocky Johnson, trying to deny his ancestry to make Dwayne The Rock Johnson be less black as possible. And that's just weird to me. I saw it all the time, and I'm looking at like, what are y'all trying to act like Soul Man Rocky Johnson is not black? He's Canadian. Like, again, fam, that's nationality. That's not ethnicity. He got some Irish in him. Okay, I might got some Irish in me. I don't know what I got. I really think I'm a full black man for real, for real. I might got some stuff up in me, but you can see that predominantly, you see, I am a black man without question. You can look at my hair. I'm a black man without question. Soul Man Rocky Johnson had hair like mine. He had the little peak, the little widow's peak, but he had hair like mine. So that you know that's a black man. And people be like, well, why do black people have this fixation? They have this fixation with race so much. And it's like, yeah, we proud to be black. We proud to be black people, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't like when people try to, when they like an individual so much, and an individual is universally loved, they try to act like, they doesn't matter what their race is. They transcend race in general. It's like, okay, he can be loved by all people, and still acknowledge that he's what he is, a half black, half Samoan man. So it is what it is. But I just always noticed that, like, people always wanted to not act like The Rock was a black man, and then they tried to do it through different ways. And them doing this with Soul Man Rocky Johnson, trying to deny his black ancestry, like he's direct lineage. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe his people were immigrants to Canada from the South, I believe, in the United States. They went to Nova Scotia. So, but yeah, people trying to act like that wasn't the case, or like trying to act like, oh, he not really black because he Canadian, and like, what? Stop it. But yeah, man, The Rock is a talented individual, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, like my favorite wrestler of all time, not one, my favorite wrestler of all time. He was a guy that I looked up to and I wanted to be like, because he was the epitome of cool. The swagger that he possessed was the swagger that I saw, the trash talking, the swagger that I saw walking around in my neighborhood, as far as like, not per se with the sideburns, but with the Gucci shirts, or not the Gucci, godly, y'all know the shirts he had on. I'm talking about Gucci. Godly, the Versace shirts and stuff like that he had on. All them type of clean shirts, that's the type of stuff I saw in my neighborhood. Saw the fly dudes in the neighborhood. Some of the dudes that was selling dope around the area had the fly clothes on, and some of them that even wasn't. They just had some money in their pocket. I'm not going to associate my people with selling dope, and I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. But some of the dudes that just was flying in the neighborhood had the shades on with the Versace shirts and was talking trash and was brash and had the bravado like that. I'm like, man, dude looked like me, my type of skin. Only thing different was the hair. And he had some curly hair too. My hair ain't curly, but yeah, I'm like, that guy looked like me. So that's who I naturally gravitated to. But I just always just noticed how now people are trying to water down his blackness as much as possible. And I think that they are allowed, they do it so easily because The Rock doesn't really talk about black ancestry until he talks about his father, and talked about what his father accomplished. Outside of that, you don't really hear him talk about it at all. And it is what it is. Or if he doesn't talk, and really he talks about it when he talks about his father, and when it's during like Black History Month in wrestling, they would talk about it. But even in wrestling, sometimes people feel like he was built more to be a Samoan more than anything, because he came from the Samoan. His Samoan family was deep in wrestling, but his father was also historic in wrestling as well as a black man. So, yeah, man, it's just always wondered about that. But I saw when Soul Man passed away, people were trying to act like they were trying to water him down to be the farthest away. He ain't all black. They wanted to let that be known. Oh no, he's not all black. He's not. Like, fam, come on now. Look at that man. He 85% black. If I don't know what it is, you know that and I know that. But people were trying their best. The man gonna try to tell me the man was half Samoan because he married Atamaivia. I'm like, bro, if you don't get up out of here with that, like, that's the most ridiculous stuff I ever heard in the world. And other people's under the comment section like, that's not how that works, brother. I don't know what you're talking about. He's not Samoan at all. Not Soul Man Rocky Johnson. The Rock's half Samoan, but not Soul Man. You know, but yeah, again, if the Rock was an ignorant dude, people were trying to push him to the black side so bad and be like, oh yeah, his father was a black man, full black. That's where the Rock get that ignorant stuff from. He got it from his father and his father's side of the family. They'll definitely be pushing that strongly. And I know people gonna get mad at this video, try to thumb down. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I'm gonna say what it is, man. And I see it from a mile away. And of course, he should never deny his Samoan ancestry at all. And try to push him to the back burner at all. I would never say that. You know, you rep your people, you rep what you are. But I'm saying, I feel like people are trying to push him away from being a black man because he identified with being Samoan fully, and that's cool, for real. But when he didn't never really discuss him, never talk about his black ancestry until he was talking about his father, it's like it allowed people to just say, oh no, he don't want to be black, so we're not gonna put him over there. No, he not. And I don't think that's the case. I don't think he doesn't. I don't think he's ashamed to be black. I don't think that he's not proud of it, but it's just something, an observation that we seen him talk about it. He never talks about issues affecting the black community or none of those other things. And people be like, well, he's not a guy that's into politics, and it could be the case, but I do know he's been entertaining this whole idea of him running for president, and he's been entertaining it and flirting with it and all of that. So I do know that's a big thing with him. So yeah, but one thing I do recognize, his daughter Simone don't be playing. If you check Simone's Instagram, she be on that Black Lives Matter. She talk about all the black issues. She put up Trayvon Martin. What's the boy named Jordan? What's the young black boy that got killed for having his music too loud? What was his name? Jordan. Golly, I forgot his name. Man, but she talk about Black Lives Matter, all of that. Simone, she be with it. She talk about all of that on her social media page. So I see Simone with it, and she know what time it is. She know what time it is for a fact. I'm like, yeah, she a different, and that's one thing I noticed. My little sister generation, the 18, because Simone got to be like 18, what's Simone, 18, 19 or something like that. The Rock daughter Simone, his oldest child. My sister generation, that age range, 18, 19, they not scared of nothing. They speak their mind. They don't give a damn what nobody got to say about them, and they going to say what they want to say. And that's what I see from Simone Johnson, the Rock's baby, you know what I'm saying, the little pebble, Simone, let me stop being corny. But yeah, man. But I just like, people always want to disassociate him from being black. Oh, no. Don't you put The Rock over there with being black. Don't do that to him. Don't you put him over there. He not black. He not. Only half. And we all, of course, we know he's half. Everybody knows he's half black, half Samoan, but people don't even want him to be associated with that half of that black. Don't give him that half black. He full Samoan as far as everybody else know. He don't put him over there with that. And I just think when people, again, because he's so universally loved, I don't know, people just had this weird thing with not trying to put him in that, and not put him in the black box when, you know, his father is a black man without question. So yeah, and the people trying to downplay The Rock's blackness or disassociate him from being black by trying to downplay his father's blackness. It's something that's just so weird to me. It's super weird. Extra weird, man. And y'all gotta stop with that. Y'all gotta stop. Talking about Soul Man was anything but black. Cut it out. Just because you from Canada does not mean you white. There's black people all up and through Canada. I know because I went to college with some of them. So, cut it out, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm through. I just was rambling at this point. But I just had to talk about that because I forgot to mention it last week when The Rock's father first passed away. I was just seeing all this weird stuff about him. People talking about, you know, he Irish up in The Rock's daddy was Irish, and he had a lot of Irish up in him. And really, fam, really. Get it, man. Killing me, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, y'all. Peace.